Chewing time with Korean movies. The movie title is Startup.
Literature has long been the main source of movies. However, these days, the subject matter diversifies from novel to webtoon. The generations that grow up on web is called Net Generation. So these generations are closely related to daily life using web. Usual webtoons are conducted in form of serial cartoons, and many younger generations are into many kinds of webtoons every day. Webtoons are main source of movies. Webtoons in nature focus on giving each episode something to enjoy because each serial should have an elements that can attract the reader's attention. Therefore, lessons and enlightenment process based on value or philosophy are often viewed interestingly and impulsively without intention, and later discover their value. This is familiar to younger generation or computer generations, and rather joy and enlightenment can be easily obtained in the process. The movie Startup is based on webtoon serial of webtoon writer Jo Gung-san. The webtoon was very popular with internet generation, so the movie was very popular with the younger generation. One of the advantages of this movie is just to have fun watching, laugh, feel thrill, and vaguely feel something worthwhile. Rebellious boy Taegil, who hates school, home, studying even more, buys a motorcycle with the money his mother gave him for the qualification exam and rides it with his friend Songpil. The two other motorcycle riders angrily kick off the rear view mirror of motorcycle of Taegil coming down from the uphill roads, and Taegil and Sangpil are arrested at police station after an accident while chasing the riders without wearing helmets. Taegil is, as always, beaten and fall by his mother Gwanghae, a former volleyball player. Taegil decides to run away from mother because he hates nagging to study, go to college, and take a bus to Gunsan. Taegil's mother waits for her son to return, set up a table every morning before going to work, and leaves a post-it letter. Taegil, who was smoking at Gunsan Intercity Bus Terminal, next to Gyeongju, who dyes his hair red, and he's beaten on the body and falls down while in an argument with a girl. Taegil comes to Jangpung Banjam to eat jajangmyeon. Jangpung means the strong wind like a sword from palm, which is famous in Chinese martial art movies. So we wonder there is a hidden martial art master in the restaurant. The owner of the restaurant, Mr. Gong, finds out immediately that Taegil ran away from home. So when he applies for a delivery part-time job, Mr. Gong does not accept it, saying that his runaway is going to be prolonged. However, Taegil says he dropped out of school, so there is no problem. The chef Gosok looks like a little bit weird, but when this man, who is pot-bellied, dances along the girl group on TV, he rather looks like a cute boy. Taegil is in nature rebellious but not good at fighting, so He's always beaten even by a girl. He's not strong and not good-tempered boy gets a lesson from the top man while cutting up nasty to the chef and reluctantly calls him elder brother. Sopyonje lives with a grandmother who has bad eyesight with a slight dementia. He dropped out of school and gets a job in financial private loan business to make money to help her be happy. While collecting money at private loan market, he feels proud of helping his grandmother for a while. But he experiences the bottom of society. He finds how hard the life of the people who lend the money from private loan business and how chilly the money collector becomes to collect money from the debtor. Kyungju, a runaway teenager, soon becomes to live with two other teenagers in a motel room. But the two other girls have a drink with a man in the room at their will. Kyungju asks the man to get out because she doesn't want to feel uncomfortable. Soon, a physical fight is followed between Kyungju and the man. He runs away from the man while beating and beaten. By chance, this red-haired girl is running away to the neighborhood where Taegil lives. Taegil planned to avenge himself on the red-haired girl for beating him the other day, turns into an idea of protecting the girl from two men who tried to drag her. However, he is beaten by men because he is not capable of handling this fight. After commotion, the two men go away and Taegil, who returned to Jangpung Banjam, criticized Go-seok for being cowardly. Kyungju also gets a job at the restaurant. The two men, local gangsters, come to the restaurant and use violence toward the family of the restaurant. Taegil and Kyungju fight against them, but the poor fighter and the little girl cannot be against them. Mr. Hong also tries to stop the fight, but he is pushed into the room and tumbles down with a scenery on, which contains his daughter's ashes. He feels devastated and heartbroken. The two gangsters proudly enter the kitchen for revenge, but soon experience real hell. One of them is punched and knocked down. Go-seok growls to him to get ready to die, squashing several gas lighters into the gangster's mouth with a devilish look. The gangster is shuddering in panic, and the other gangster is beaten and knocked down onto the shattered door and loses consciousness. Go-seok means a gigantic stone. He's so powerful and a real fighter like his name. He is a hidden master of gangster world. The guy who is pot-bellied disappeared, but the boss with powerful charisma appear. And that makes Taegil excited. Now, this rebellious boy finds a person who he really respects for the first time. Actually, watching the scene that one tough guy beat partially the bad guy in the movie makes us thrilled and feel relieved. Actor Dong-seok goes well with the character Go-seok in the movie because he has saltiness and charismatic toughness together. When the police come and take them all to the police station, the two gangsters are arrested for soliciting sex from a minor. Go-seok was well known nationwide as the boss of a gangster group. One day, He hid himself in the Dangpung Banjom, caught in the fight with another gangster group. Then he found that Mr. Gong was committing suicide because of sorrow of his daughter's death. He saved Mr. Gong and realized the sadness of losing family. He decided to wash his hands in a gangster life and stay there as a chef. Gosok's identity was revealed due to the disturbance, and his own henchmen come to meet him and ask to come back with them to solve. Gosok refused to go with them, and they warn this restaurant will be attacked by opponent group because Gosok is working here. Eventually, Gosok leaves Gunsan for Seoul. Meanwhile, Sangpil immediately informed Taegil of the fact that Taegil's mother's toast store is going to be demolished because it is an illegal structure. When his mother's store seems to be going to collapse and he can't find a solution, Taegil calls Gosok and tells about the situation. Taegil asks him to come and help. However, since Gosok is not in a situation to help others, he advises him to protect what is precious to himself, saying, "Clean the dirt on your hand yourself." The men who come to the toast store are not from the demolition service, but the men from a private financial company. Surprisingly, Sangpil comes with the man, and he didn't know that Taegil's mother borrowed money for buying the store. Sangpil feels sorry because he knows how cruel the loan sharker becomes to collect money. The hustle between those who want to take and those who want to protect is finished by one powerful spike of Gwanghae, Taegil's mother. Sangpil feels a sense of shame that he possibly makes his friend mother in difficulty, and he quit his job in financial. Taegil feels proud that he tried his best for his mother for the first time. Gosok finishes the bloody negotiation with the opponent group, and he goes to the Chinese restaurant with his henchmen. There, he cooks jjajangmyeon and gives it to the man, and announces that he is not the boss of gangster group anymore, but the chef at the Chinese restaurant from now on. Now, Gosok is working as a chef at Mr. Gong's restaurant. Gyeongju returned to school with black hair in school uniform. Taegil starts his motorbike up to go somewhere with his mother. Some say, you should do something you can do well. And others say, everything can do something you want to do, as you did for a long time. We don't care which is right or which is wrong. This is because it's a matter of temperaments and atmosphere. Life's turning point is different from person to person. Taegil and Sangpil changed themselves after experiencing toughness of society. It's like choosing a twisted road from 100 way to reach your destination. Even though it's not easy to find a dramatic plot twist, and it's not so breathtaking or spectacle, this movie Startup has another attraction to the audience. As like background music, we are sucked in the stream of the movie, and sometimes we laugh. Sometimes we enjoy episodes. We forget the stream of the time. And when the movie finished, good things remain more than not good things. This movie is one of the successful movies in Korea. This movie begins with two not good young guys, but it ends with one family talking peacefully and happily, feeling chestnut. Mr. Gwang's family also lived happily. Happy ending.